Welcome back. Joining us live from Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia is Ruby Tinawin to let's check on the coronavirus update on their area. Hello, Ruby. In their area,
Hello,
hello.
Alon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good too. Thank you for asking. What are your updates for us over there in Malaysia?
Yes, Alman here, there was a report that nationwide crime slashed by half during MCO. The crime index rate dropped almost 50% during the movement control order. That was according to Bukit Aman. So Criminal Investigation Department Director Hussein Mohammed said there were 5,098 criminal cases recorded during the period compared to 10,368 cases from January 31st to March 17. The MCO started on March 18. Now, he said out of the 5,098 cases, 97 were violent crimes, 4,308 related to property, while the rest are all in other categories. Now, people also arrested 1,631 people for online gambling activities during the period. Hussein said 1,702 gambling machines and electronic gambling devices, as well as cash totaling to 398,263 ringgit, were also seized in raids and conducted on syndicates operating out of bungalows, terrace houses, and high-end condominiums. Now, there's also a report here that more than half of the country's SMEs will either downsize or restructure their businesses when the movement control order is lifted. A recent survey by the SME Association of Malaysia found that 23% of SMEs would downsize their businesses after the MCO, while 28% said they would restructure, with only 19% believing they would be able to resume operations as usual. Now, according to SME President Michael Kang, he said this will definitely affect the economy if the government doesn't come up with support program. And he also added those who are not able to continue their business in the next 3 to 6 months will close down. Now, implemented on March 18 to stem the spread of COVID-19, the MCO is scheduled to end on May 12. However, businesses have been allowed to operate under strict standard operating procedures under the Conditional Movement Control Order, which came into effect on Monday. Now, a total of 4,280 SME representatives from across the country participated in the survey, which they called Voices of the Malaysian SMEs, on sustainability and survival during MCO. Now, other key findings from this survey show 57% of the businesses reporting zero income during the MCO, and 40% stating the revenue had dropped by at least half. Now, around 36% of the SMEs, they said they had enough cash flow to last until the end of May, but 21% said end of June and 70% until July. Among the initiatives to alleviate short-term cash flow problem faced by SMEs during this period include a special relief facility from which Bank Negara Nasional has allocated 5 billion ringgit. Now, Finance Minister Tengku Zafrul Aziz announced today that as of Tuesday, loans totaling to 3 billion ringgit had been approved for 6,840 SMEs under the government's various financing schemes rolled out to help SMEs, with the majority of the amount from the SRF. Now, Kang, who also hoped to see the fund expanded, also called for a relaxation of some of the conditions, such as getting approval from the applicant's banks, which is the Credit Guarantee Corporation and BNN. Now, he also added, I suggest that SRF fund, as I call, be increased to 50 billion ringgit through government banks like SME Bank, Bank Rakyat, Bank Simpanan, or Agrobank, So he also hoped that the three level of agency approval can be changed to just one, which is the B&M alone. Alma?
All right. Ruby, what has changed in Malaysia? 2 months now. What changes have you seen over there in Malaysia?
Yes, there's a lot of changes here. Of course, for one, you start to see traffic again, and two, almost all barricades, all those barricades have been removed. And also yesterday, the interstate travel have started, and that will last until May 10. So, you know, last time I did mention about the application using Gerak Malaysia.
Yes.
So the Malaysians have applied to that app, and they are allowed to travel from May 7 to May 10. Now, it was announced that after May 10, those who miss the opportunity may need to apply again from the police before, you know, they're allowed to travel.
Oh.
Now, again, restaurants
You mean
are
they
also
need
open.
what do you call this? A pass or something like that?
Now the interstate travel do not require a pass, but
Okay.
you need to present a QR code generated by, you know, when you apply to that Gerak Malaysia
The
app.
Gerak application, yes, yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. So you need to show it whenever there's a checkpoint as the proof that you actually applied to travel. Because you can only travel on the date where your QR code is dated, Alma.
Oh, I see. Okay, so how are we coping so far?
Well, here, because school is still, you know, conducted online from primary school to university level, except for offices, they have implemented now what do you call staggered, you know, like half of their staff are working, mostly
Okay.
from the admin. So half of their staff are working on certain days, the other half are working on other days because they still try to implement social distancing. Now, you know, the other day I was in one of the shopping malls and there was this KFC restaurant. No, they spread out all the tables and chairs, and then people dining look like they're sitting for an exam because, you know, there's at least 1 meter apart. Their tables are 1 meter apart, Alma.
No copying.
Yes, no copying, but it so happened that everyone is facing at the same direction.
Yeah.
So it really looked like an examination going on
Examination
there.
room. All right. Thank you so much, Ruby, for your updates. And thank you for being there as always. Stay safe, stay alert, and we'll wait for more updates over there in Malaysia. Thank you.
Yes, thank you, Alma. Reporting live here in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This is Ruby Tinawin. We live in interesting times.